these images were kept from the public until now. Leaked photos from Diddy's trial just surfaced, and what they show is seriously disturbing. Get ready to see what no one ever wanted you to find out. Sean "Diddy" Combs, one of the biggest names in the music industry, is at the center of one of the most shocking scandals in recent history. He's facing accusations of abuse and sex trafficking, and this trial is shaking the world. But the most intense moment so far, the release of the photos you're about to see. In the early days of the trial, prosecutors brought forward dozens of images found on Diddy's phone and other personal devices. These photos are now key pieces of evidence backing claims that he was running illegal parties full of drugs, manipulation, and sexual coercion. But let's break it down. The first wave of images came out back in October 2024. They showed wild parties with A-list celebrities from music and Hollywood. And even just from those shots, it was clear these weren't your average parties. They had a, let's say, steamy vibe, but that was just the tip of the iceberg. Just a few days ago, videos were released that are flat out horrifying, heavy stuff. But let's start with the photos that federal prosecutors officially released and showed in court. What you're about to see isn't from some horror movie, though it easily could be. On May 19th, prosecutors revealed what they found in the hotel room where the music mogul was arrested. Inside the luxury New York hotel, right next to the bed, agents discovered two clear plastic bags containing a pink substance that immediately raised red flags. One of them tested positive for ketamine, a powerful anesthetic known for its hallucinogenic effects. The other, it contained a mix of MDMA, a psychedelic and ketamine, according to a report from US Homeland Security. Weird, right? But hold on. It gets even darker. They also found a blister pack of clonazepam, a prescription drug used to treat anxiety and seizures. The strange part, the prescription was under the name Frank Black, allegedly one of Diddy's fake aliases. But what really caught investigators' attention was the presence of personal lubricant placed near some unidentified pills. All of this paints a pretty clear picture of a lifestyle that, according to prosecutors, ties directly into the charges of sex trafficking and exploitation. And that was just the beginning. What they uncovered at Diddy's house started to expose the monster behind the fame. The photos reveal disturbing details from his mansion on Star Island, one of Miami's most exclusive neighborhoods. Homeland Security agent Gerard Gannon took the stand last Tuesday. According to him, Diddy was the mastermind behind a secret operation and became the target of a federal raid in March 2024. During that raid, agents seized not only illegal items, but also key evidence that's now being used in court. Just to recap, Diddy is being accused of what went down at his infamous private parties, known as the freak-offs. And man, things get seriously dark. At these parties, he allegedly f***ed women, including his own girlfriend at the time, Cassie, to have sex with other men hired specifically for that. And it gets worse. He filmed everything. Some of the items found during the investigation are beyond incriminating. One photo shows boxes of towering high heels, crotchless lingerie, and thigh-high stockings. Apparently, Diddy would make the women wear this stuff during the freak-offs. In another image, two vibrators side by side with jars of Vaseline and bottles of Astroglide. Also spotted, flavored oral candies and remote-controlled toys. Yeah, no need to spell that out, but it didn't stop there. Drugs were also part of the scene at both the mansion and the parties. Agents found psychedelic mushrooms, specifically the Golden Teacher strain, plus assorted pills, weed, and even a suspicious white powder stashed in a Gucci bag. And as if that wasn't enough, packs of Vital Honey VIP, an erotic supplement from Malaysia that supposedly works like Cialis. Now here's where it gets even heavier. Among the items seized were a Uzi-style submachine gun, assault rifle parts, a loaded pistol, and hollow point bullets. But believe it or not, those weren't even the most disturbing images shown in court. The second batch of photos focused on Cassie, his ex, who says she was brutally assaulted. And what you're about to see isn't just a few bruises, these are marks of pain, control, and violence that she claims came directly from Diddy. The pictures show dark black, blue, and green bruises across her body. In one of the photos, Cassie is seen lifting her shorts to reveal a deep purple bruise on the upper part of her thigh. In others, she takes off a sweater, exposing her torso, marked up with visible bruises on her arms and shoulders. These marks are my proof, Cassie reportedly told investigators. And this isn't the first time these images have come up. On Monday, the court was also shown pictures of Cassie with a visibly swollen lip and a cut above her eye. Injuries she says were caused by Diddy himself, and Cassie wasn't the only one to speak out. This past week, 3 key witnesses took the stand. Exotic dancer known as the Punisher, former Danity Kane member Don Richard, and Diddy's ex-personal assistant David James. Each of them shared testimonies that, according to prosecutors, point to a long-standing pattern of abuse, manipulation, and psychological control by Diddy. And speaking of those testimonies, just days earlier, more photos had been revealed, this time involving other women. The images presented by federal prosecutors left the courtroom in total silence. 7 pictures, shown one by one, revealing faces, intimate scenes, and disturbing moments experienced by women who, according to the case, lived through hell at the hands of Sean Diddy Combs. These photos haven't been made public. They were considered too graphic. On top of all that, a video was released clearly showing Cassie being assaulted. Brace yourself, the footage is brutal. During her testimony, Cassie made serious accusations. She said Diddy her even after their relationship had ended, that he threatened her after finding out she was seeing Kid Cudi, and that she suffered painful infections caused by forced with escorts, arrangements allegedly made by Diddy himself. But the image that made everyone the most uncomfortable was the very last one. In it, Cassie is covered in baby oil, with lit candles in the background and bottles of lubricant clearly visible. According to reports, one of the jurors even cleared his throat, visibly disturbed by what he saw. Still, the photo was deemed too disturbing to be released to the public, and this is where everything starts to come together. If you remember the earlier photos we mentioned, you'll recall that baby oil bottles were among the items seized. More of them were also found inside Diddy's mansion. According to multiple testimonies and accusations, Diddy didn't just force these women into doing those things, he filmed everything. And from the looks of it, it was all carefully staged. Cassie said he used professional lighting, high-def cameras, candles, and every single part of the filming, from the setup to the roles he made the women play, was meticulously planned. And guess what he insisted on using in almost all the recordings? Baby oil. Cassie and other women said he made them cover their bodies with it, sometimes excessively. In other words, those bottles are more than just props. They're proof that backs up the entire case. Now, you might be wondering, didn't Cassie ever try to defend herself? Well, one of the photos shows a large chef's knife stuck into the doorknob of an apartment. And Cassie Ventura said she kept that knife there to protect herself from Diddy. She said she locked herself in her apartment toward the end of their relationship, using the knife just to feel safe. And to top it all off, the internet started digging into every celebrity who had ever been seen with Diddy or attended his parties. Some even had to make statements during the trial. And for over 2 decades, Diddy hosted some of the most legendary parties in the entertainment world. Now those same events are being re-examined under a much darker light. So who was there? Leonardo DiCaprio, Sarah Jessica Parker, Jennifer Lopez, Mariah Carey, Jay-Z, Beyonce. These are just a few of the big names who once showed up at Diddy's infamous mansion parties. One photo from 2000 shows Diddy lying on a massive bed next to then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez, surrounded by big names like Kimora Lee, Russell Simmons, Aaliyah, and even a young Leonardo DiCaprio sipping champagne beside him. The guest list was basically a Hollywood constellation. Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, Aretha Franklin, Pamela Anderson, and the list goes on. And it wasn't just actors and musicians. Designers, journalists, and business moguls were also regulars at these events. After dominating the East Coast, Diddy brought the party to the West Coast. In Beverly Hills, he kept the same over-the-top vibe and even co-hosted a charity event for Ashton Kutcher in 2009 to raise money for malaria prevention. But now, the resurfaced footage shows that these parties went far beyond dancing and champagne. Another image from 1998 shows Diddy pouring champagne over 2 nearly nude women wearing only tiny white thongs. Some models were seen walking around with nothing but pasties covering their breasts. A supposed former supplier described some pretty bizarre scenes from one of these parties. According to him, things started getting weird. I saw celebrities hooking up with each other in private rooms, rappers you'd never expect together. But one name in particular raised even more eyebrows: Justin Bieber. One of the many allegations is that Diddy exploited both male and female artists. The claim is that he would exchange favors for career opportunities, and that's when people dug up this old video. Naturally, the internet exploded with theories suggesting that Justin Bieber might have been one of Diddy's victims. Recently though, a spokesperson for Bieber made a statement. Although Justin is not among Sean Combs' victims, there are individuals who were genuinely harmed by him. So according to Bieber's team, he wasn't directly victimized. Still, some of the things Diddy said around Bieber, who was only 15 at the time, are undeniably uncomfortable. Things like,
I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So, yeah, and we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
Crazy.
or,
You know, where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
what we're doing right now, where we are, I can't say, but trust me, it's every 15-year-old's dream. Yeah, it definitely feels off, but this whole story